Hello, fellow Rosarians. Thank you for joining me today for another talk about fertilizer. If you've watched my other video on fertilization, I have the same products I use all the time. My roses are happy and people ask me what I'm using, and then they have great success from going organic and not synthetic, because who wants that in their yard and you're stressing out the plant. I want to be able to use products that are slow release and gentle and just not stressing my plant out to the max. If it was an annual and something that I didn't care about lasting for longer than 3 months, go ahead, stress it out to the max. But if it's something that you want to have for a lifetime in your yard, I think it's important to go organic and be very gentle. As gardeners, we're open to hearing suggestions and learning new things. And so one of my friends said to me, I'm having such great success. I don't have black spot. My roses are thriving. They're huge. I've never seen them look this good. And so I said, well, what are you doing? What is different than, what I'm doing? I started to look into it a little bit further, and I was very curious. The saying is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. What if I didn't know it was broke? What if it could have been better and I didn't even know it? I reached out to Great Big Plants and asked them if they would be interested in allowing me to test their product so I could share the results with you. So how do we gauge that success? And we're going to want to check in on this in a couple of weeks. And my thought process is, let's take a hard look at the roses that have black spot, that it maybe are a little bit smaller. And although I'm going to treat everything in the garden, let's take pictures and check back on them so that we can see if there truly is a benefit to using the product. I'm also going to defoliate my roses that have black spot, because I would do that anyways, and I want to give them a fresh start. So maybe they flush quicker than 2 weeks. Let's check on that. Let's see if even after they're defoliated and they're given that fresh start, if they get black spot again or any other issues. And so I'll go ahead and let you know about that. So let's get started on all of the geeky details here. Maybe you have seen out there's a lot of hubbub about humic acid, and I don't know a lot about it. The short answer for humic acid is that it allows the plant to pull nutrients that are otherwise locked to them. You give it a dose to your rose, and it's allowing it to have a superpower that other plants can't have and tap into those nutrients that are in the ground. So let's read on the details of this and see what other tidbits they have here that you need to know about. It contains essential micronutrients, humic acid, and kelp meal. And a lot of people already fertilize with kelp meal, so this would be a great product for you. If you're still using your rose tone and your fish fertilizer, this in combination with that is going to compound your results. So I'm not saying stop using whatever your favorite product is. I'm saying to cut your favorite product in half, what you're currently using, and double this in with it. And that'll allow it to boost whatever your rose tone or whatever it was that you were using, alfalfa pellets or whatever it is, put this with it. It is slow release. So the numbers on this one are 0.040, 0.4, very gentle. This is a great substitute for traditional compost or manure. And you guys, I'm really thinking about this because I am a vegetarian. I lean towards a vegan lifestyle, and I want to try to remove animal products in any way that I can for my life. And so even just thinking about that cow manure that I use once a year, so I'm definitely changing that out next year, and this could be a great substitute. They've also noted that there are no heavy bags, of course, to carry around. You're just going to carry your gallon fertilizer around to all of your roses. There's no smell. And so many of you have commented and said, how can I keep my dogs out of my roses? I'm fertilizing with this product, whatever it is, whether it's the fish tone or the manure, and the dogs smell it and then they're digging at it and it's ruined. So this could be a great product for you. It's immediately bioavailable because it's going to be in a liquid. You don't have to worry about it breaking down. The humic acid chelates in the clay and the soil, and I'm in a very heavy clay area. It maximizes that nutrient uptake. We talked about that. It penetrates the root zone immediately to deliver benefits. You're going to end up with a higher flower yield larger flowers, more bright and vibrant flowers, and a healthier plant all around. It'll allow your plants to have more disease resistance. The product is CDFA and USDA approved, organic, safe for use in gardens and children. It's made in the US, and all of the ingredients are sustainably and ethically sourced. Now that we've talked about what's in here, what to expect, how do we use it? So it's 4 ounces of product for every gallon of water. And when I asked them, I said, well, you know, it can get kind of pricey with this product, especially with me having as many roses as I do. If I want to treat them, can I go a little bit less? And so they said, in an ideal world, where money's not an option, it's 4 ounces per gallon, and you are going to treat that rose every 2 weeks. And I said, well, what if I want to do 2 ounces per gallon and I only want to treat once a month? And they said, you'll be fine. You know what? It is up to you. Work it into whatever works for you with your plan. But just be aware, if you're putting it with another product, just, you know, put your ratios of, do I want to cut back on my rose tone only a third rather than a half? That's up to you. And this was an interesting tidbit. Let's say that you're looking to reduce transplant shock. One of the things that they shared with me is, if I want to move a rose or move a plant, you can take the plant out of the ground and then soak that root ball in a gallon of the solution, and it will reduce the transplant shock because of the microbial blend of what they have here. I'm going to put the prices up here for you. If you refer back to the fertilizer video that I did, I put the price breakout there for you also, so that you could see how this ranks against the other products that I used. Just for your awareness, they do have other products. Great Big Plants, they've got a solution for Great Big Tomatoes, and the one that I'm really the most interested in is Ancient Humate Dry Blend. It's a soil amendment with humic acid and kelp. So I think that you might be seeing me test that one out in the future. But let's take a quick look at the roses that we're going to be treating. Take it in all of its glory. And for any of you that are struggling with black spot at home, you are in good company. There are so many people that are, and I have some that don't have it, and I'll be sharing those with you at the end of the season. But the ones that do have it, we're going to go ahead and get pictures up here for you so that you can see what we're going to try to combat. And let's check in a few weeks and see how they look after using the product. Thanks so much for checking in. See you soon.